Alright, question 3, we have a variety of things going on, so we're just going to tackle them, most of them like we would any normal equals sign equation. It's just whenever we're multiplying or dividing by a negative, we have to remember that we're going to change the direction of the sign. So the first one, we've got 2x plus 3 is greater than x plus 7. I like to get all the x's over to the side with the largest, like the highest coefficient of x, just because I like a positive coefficient of x. So I'm going to try and get these x's to the left, so we're going to subtract x. And we're going to get rid of this 3, move it to the other side. So we're going to subtract 3. So 2x take x is 1x, greater than 7 take 3 is 4. They haven't asked us to draw it on the number line or anything, so we leave it. Then we've got 3x take 2 is less than or equal to half x plus 3. Again, I'm going to get them to the left because 3 is bigger than a half, so I'm going to subtract a half x, which means I want to get that 2 to the right, so I'm going to plus 2. So I get 3 minus a half is 2.5, which is 5 on 2. Is less than 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, I'm going to divide both sides by, well, I'm going to times both sides by 2/5, which is the same as dividing both sides by 5 on 2. So I get x is less than or equal to 2. Question C, we've got 2 take x is greater than 2x take 4. Now, we haven't been reversing these signs because we haven't been multiplying or dividing by a negative. I'm going to get these to the right because 2 is greater than -1, so I'm going to plus x to both sides, which means I need to get rid of this 4, so I'm going to plus 4 to both sides. Which means on the left I'm going to get 6 greater than 3x. Divide both sides by 3, we get 2 is greater than x, which is the same as x is less than 2. Question D. We've got 1 minus 3x is greater than or equal to 2 minus 2x. Now, -2 is greater than -3, so I'm going to get the x's on the right, so I'm going to plus 3x to both sides, which means I need to get rid of this 2. 1 take 2, -1. -2x plus 3x, 1x, which means x is less than or equal to -1. You don't have to write that final line. You would be marked perfectly correct as that line. I just always like to have the x on the left. So now we've got 2 less than 3 take x less than or equal to 5. We're going to have to get rid of that 3 first, so we're going to subtract 3 from everything, from all 3 sides. So we get -1 less than -x less than or equal to 2. Now we're going to have to divide by -1. Because -x is -1x, isn't it? -1 divided by -1 is +1. -x divided by -1 is just +x, that's why we did it. 2 divided by -1 is -2. These inequalities have to change direction because we divided by a negative. That's really important. Or you could write this as -2 less than or equal to x less than 1. And F, we've got -4 less than or equal to 1 take a third x less than or equal to 3. We're going to have to get rid of that 1 first. It's a positive 1, so we're going to have to subtract 1 from everything. -4 take 1 is -5. We've still got a third x. 3 take 1 is 2. Now you could divide by a third or times by -3. I think of it as easier to times by -3. So -5 times -3 is positive 15. A third x times -3, positive x. 2 times -3, -6. These have to change signs because we multiplied by a negative. Or you could have written this as -6 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 15. That's question 3.